I hope everyone is having a great day out there. It is Saturday. It is sunny, hot, and beautiful in the state of Florida. And I said that I was not going to review House of Pain. However, there have been many of you who have asked me and have strongly suggested that I start back reviewing the show. So here I am, reviewing House of Pain. I'm going to start with this week's episode. And honestly, this was my probably my this was my favorite episode since the show has come back. It was very different. It had a different vibe. I'm not saying that because Curtis wasn't on the show that it made the show better, but him not being there kind of made the show better. So I'm not saying he shouldn't be a constant presence on the show. However, it was just different. I loved the message. I loved, what they were promoting. And I'm gonna get right into it. So the title of the episode is called All Lumped Together. And basically this episode was about Ella finding a lump in her breast. We find out in it, later on that it was benign. But the overall message in this episode was how a lot, and I liked it because it was so real and so honest, is that a lot of times, especially with black women who have families, or who are caretakers or who are responsible for other people, tend to make sure that everyone else is fine, everyone else is good, and kind of putting their health on the back burner, and not just their physical health, but their spiritual health, their mental health. Everything goes back in order to make sure that others are leading healthier lives. And so I loved how, even though it was brought up, it was almost like that type of mindset needs to be eradicated in a sense, so that everyone is being taken care of physically and every other aspect of that make up ourselves. So Floyd was there. Ella comes back from the health center and Floyd is chilling in the living room. He stated he was waiting for Curtis. Ella said, "Where is Curtis?" He told me, "So I don't know. Like, I don't know where your man at, lady." But so she came in with some tubs. She had like extra food or whatnot because it wasn't a big turnout. And so she asked him to go get the other 7 boxes that are in the car. So perfect timing. Malik comes in and Floyd was like, "Hey, your aunt got 7 more boxes in her car. Won't you, do me a favor and go get them?" So Malik turns around. He kind of rolls his eyes or whatever. And so Floyd was like, "If you was my son, your brain would be the last thing that you see." Let me just pause. Floyd is a nice looking man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I realized that before, but he has aged very well. He looks really good. Nice skin, nice little gray beard. I ain't going nowhere with this, but I'm just saying he is a very attractive older man. And so, he goes into the kitchen and he is basically, he go gets a beer and he gives Ella one, which we all know Ella wasn't going to drink. And so he's looking at the list and she was telling him that, she got a grant and it made it possible for 100 women to get free mammograms. And so he was like, "Why is it only 15 people names who were checked?" And she was like, "That's basically all who came out." And she didn't even have her name on the list and at that moment. So Floyd wrote her name down. And so next scene, Miranda comes over and Ella was struggling to stand up. And Floyd was like, "Ella, don't you know you got a 1950 version back?" Like, baby, that is not. You need to make sure. And I laugh because, like, to tell somebody they got a 1950 model back, it made me think of a 1950 car that just wasn't kept well. And I'm like, that's what I thought about with Ella. But Miranda was like, "You need my masseuse, Big Hand Sam." And she was like, "Curtis is not gonna let no man named Big Hand Sam touch me." I said, "Well, no, boo boo. No. Curtis goes to strip clubs. So if Curtis goes to strip clubs, you can go get touched and rubbed down and massaged professionally by Big Hand Sam." So, Floyd was like, "And I think, Miranda is suggesting this for your own health." And so Miranda said, "Speaking of health, Miss Ella, did you make sure to make that appointment for you?" And so she said yes. And the doctor had a cancellation for tomorrow. So if I can get, I think her name was Miss Betty or something. And she was like, "If I could get Miss Betty for that appointment." And Floyd was like, "No, keep your appointment." And let me say this. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Floyd, you know what I'm saying, have such a concern and a nourishing spirit or demeanor towards Ella, it was really nice to see because we always see Ella take care of other people, make sure their lives are better. And rarely, and I mean very rarely, do we see her getting that same, type of care in return. So I just loved everything about this. So, Floyd got up and he, he snatched the pillow from behind Miranda. And he was like, "You young, like you don't need this." And so his thing was he wanted Ella to just relax, like don't do nothing. I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to make things with you and Curtis a little better. I'm just here to provide some extra help. And so Miranda turned her back. Floyd goes into the kitchen and Ella picks up the phone to call and make an appointment for one of the ladies. And I was like, boy, if this ain't a black mama for real, you like, hey, sit down. Don't do nothing. I got you. And next day, they up in the kitchen helping you cook. Or I'm just like, hey, I told you I got you. Go sit down. So that was very on brand and it was very real. I loved it. But it goes to show how when you're so used to doing, sitting down and being still is a difficult chore. It's a difficult task to do. So at the other Payne residence, we see that CJ is still struggling and still dealing with, his back injury. Janine is truly missed. I miss seeing Demetria McKinney. I'm not sure why she's not on this season. I kind of figured China wasn't going to be on this season, but I did not know that Demetria wasn't going to be on. I really miss seeing her, and I miss her dynamic with CJ. For him to be going through what he's going through and not having his wife there. So I am interested to see just how long, Tyler can write, these things happening in their household without the mother being there. So we find out that Malik is on academic probation because basically his life has, for the past, I'm not going to get on that because I don't know the time frame, but his life has been consumed with making sure CJ is okay, caring for his pregnant girlfriend, making sure the twins are doing their homework, and, with everything else that come along with having younger twin siblings. And so he just hasn't been able to really take care of himself. So he has, fallen behind. And so he is basically CJ's support, at the house. And so I guess some twins had a science project or something. And he was like, it was assigned last week. They need to get on it. I said, sir, sir, them kids got assigned that assignment last week and y'all just not starting on it. Okay. So basically Malik had a class. He said the class got canceled. I don't believe him, but he said the class got canceled. So he would go back and get the supplies for the twins' science project or whatever. And so long story short, with them just finishing up them at the end when Malik, just revealed like what had been going on and the fact that he needs help. And I do love the way how Lisa and CJ instantly came up with great ideas that can help lighten the load to make things better. And I think I shared this with y'all before, but when I was 16, my mom was shot. And I'm the oldest, and there's 3 siblings, under me. And there was a lot that I had to do, like even driving and, things of that nature. And I hated it. It was a lot. And, my mom wasn't married. That's a whole nother story. Not to put her business out here. But, things wasn't all on the up and up. And so being that it was just us, I really had to step up in a major way. And it was a lot, but that was my mom and no one else was going to do it. So I was going to make sure things got done. And then a year after that, my mom ended up catching meningitis. And that was really bad because she couldn't do really anything. So, I'm driving, I'm picking up food, I'm ironing their clothes for school. It was a lot, man. So I could really relate to Malik. So it's like, imagine, he's in college. I was 10th grade in high school. You know what I'm saying? So I really related to him on this particular episode. And so, like I said, we find out that the lump that was in Ella's breast was benign. And so we actually, if you remember, there were maybe about in season 5 or 6, Ella had a scare because there was a lump in her breast. And so I just want to encourage everybody, if you are someone who do have a lump or you've experienced something in the past, please make sure that you go and get your breast checked every year. Don't skip a year. Don't feel like you don't need it. Please go and get checked and make sure everything is okay with you. because you just never know. So I love how they surrounded her. I love the love that she was shown. And this was just an all around great episode. And I'm letting y'all know it's going to be hard for me to review House of Payne because sometimes there's just not a lot of content, you know what I'm saying, in the videos. But I'm going to do my best to give y'all good and quality reviews like I would do with any other show that I am reviewing. So since this review wasn't or isn't going to be long, I want to talk to y'all about Bruh. So a lot of you guys really wanted me to review Bruhs, and I was, but I can honestly tell you that show, I'm not here to dog it out, but it is one of the worst shows, okay? I can't deal with the mom. The mom is over the top. She is a very exaggerated character, and because she is, she's just too much to deal with. You know, with her mouth, she has a filthy mouth. It is beyond. It actually takes away from the show than adding to it. So it's like, nah, I can't really vibe with her like that. I can't. So sorry, won't be doing bros. Bro, whatever. Sorry. I do watch it because I like it a little bit because I just want to find out what happens, but not enough to review it. So I'm sorry. So yeah, I will be seeing y'all next week for the next episode of House of Payne. I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend and y'all be safe out there.